What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? My name is Poon. You can call me Poon Poon for short. I am here with this great, extravagant video, and it is a pick a card. It's all about how to let the light into your life. And whatever situation that you're thinking about, whatever situation it may be, whether it's love, work, personal, spiritual, whatever. I'm just going to read the cards. Whatever comes out, comes out. It's most likely going to resonate with you because if you found me on this video right here, it is intended for those that want to live their best life and awaken who they truly are, and people that have been having that urge inside them to prosper. So if you're here, thank you for coming to my channel. Hey, Pal One. So, what I'm currently seeing with your situation right now is that you're currently you're currently feeling depleted. You're having all this anxiety. Your fire has went out in a sense. It's one of those things that I'm really picking up that you had this spark and it kind of went out in a sense, where you were once passionate about it and now you're not. And it all may be due to how long you feel the journey has been. Because the journey, yes, it's been long. The journey has definitely been boring. And you're finally learning how to put the pieces together because all the pieces you had to pick up along the way of the journey. And you haven't really liked that. Like I said, it's been a boring journey. But like I said, also, you're starting to find your brain and use your brain along with all the information you got throughout the journey that you've been on. And I see that you just have to change your perspective in a sense because, yes, you had all this passion and you wanted to start this new thing, but the journey to fully step foot into what you wanted to do haven't has not been the easiest and it hasn't been the funnest, but you still have been working it through. But you just have to change your perspective because your perspective right now is just full of anxiety and full of how much work that you have put in, and you're trying to see the results, and you may have seen a little results, but it's not to your standard. And how to let the light into your life is to definitely change your change your perspective. I see that you have to find a medium in your life to find a balance. That's what I meant when I said medium. Is that you have to find a balance in your life and realize your worth because you have more than enough. You have abundance around you and you have great happiness around you, and it may have to do with money, it may have to do with your spirituality, but who knows, you have great things around you, but you're being very shy, you're being very shy to your skills, your talents, your everything. Yes, you've been on this journey, and it's been a long journey, and you have to change your perspective to keep on this journey, because this journey you're close to achieving, but having all this anxiety and having all this stress and your passion being dimmed out the way that it has been, it's one of those things that you have to take a look at, and you have to break out of the shyness. What I'm seeing from this card is that you're very shy and you're not putting yourself out there enough. You are one of those people that maybe are twiddling your thumbs, and it's not to say that it's a bad thing or to say that you're not living your best life, but to let the light into your life, you definitely have to embrace who you are and realize that certain things that happened in the past are in the past, and you have to let it go and release all the emotions, all the tears, all the anxiety, all the hurt from the past, because you notice it on a constant basis. And it's time to just sit in that emotion and just release it. Cry it out if you have to, because this shyness is not going to get you to where you need to be. It's time to set your own rules and stop being a sheep. Allow yourself to be the wolf. Allow yourself to be the wolf and not just the sheep and the lamb that is not fighting for what they truly want. Because if you was to fight for what you truly want, you would be like this, where it's like things are coming at you and you know how to fight it off. You're not going to run away. You're not going to scare away. You're going to fight it off. And that's what this journey is trying to teach you, is that you have to let go of a lot of things that happened in the past, and you have to let go of the anxiety, and you have to change your perspective. I also pulled two other cards for you from another deck that I absolutely love the artwork on, and I love the messages that it has. For the first card that I would like to tell you, Group One, is that I pulled I create harmony, and what that means is that you have to realize the algorithms of your life and really take track of your mindset, your moods, and start to understand who you are so you can show up in your best light and be who you truly are. Because sometimes we can go through life and not really know ourselves. Like, if we had a calendar and we took track of how many times we may feel depleted and overworked and just low, if we took a tally of how many times we do that a month or how many times we do that a year, it will be like a study where we will start to understand ourselves and start to understand, hey, every 3 weeks I get into this like low vibrational mood. So this card is all about just learning your algorithms and learning who your emotional standpoint and who you are. Start to take a look at when certain things start to flare within you, far as your emotions, far as how you feel about yourself. Start to see how often you do that, so you can start learning your algorithms and knowing, hey, if I start to feel at a low vibration because every Tuesday I go and sit with people that gossip, maybe you start to see your algorithms and start to realize certain things that you may have to do. Who knows? And this card is all about. The next card I pulled for you is I earn honor virtue. And this goes perfectly with you guys reading. Because, for instance, I'm going to read to you what the book actually says about this one. To know means to record in one's memory, but to understand means to blend with the thing and to become one with it. So, how to tie that all into this reading with what I was saying to you earlier is that you have to start seeing your algorithms and understanding yourself so you can know when to not feel depleted. When you start to feel that depletion and that anxiety starting to come from X, Y, and Z, you will know how to start fighting it and to start becoming this fighter and not just bowing down and shying out like how you have been doing, and just to put yourself out there and stop being the sheep, start being the wolf, and create your own rules, and to allow yourself to get through this emotional turmoil that you've been feeling. And I know that you know it because you have been thinking about it, you've been feeling it, and it makes you feel horrible, bitch. Oops. It makes you feel not the best. And you have to get to this point of realizing that you have more than enough and that you are abundant and that you have to keep yourself in balance. You have to keep yourself in balance. You have to remain practical. You have to have an open heart and understand that to be free, you have to liberate yourself. You cannot be shy. You have to be courageous and you have to face your fears head on. And that's why I had to end with this card because when I read it in the book, I said, yo, this fits perfectly with what I've been saying with this group. So I hope that this resonates with you. If it does, tell me in the comments. Tell me a lot of the good stuff. Tell me the revelation that you most likely got. So I'll see you in my next reading. Thank you for coming to my channel and see you soon. Hi, Group 2. So I want to start with the Amenti deck that I have and go on to the tarot later. So with this one, I keep my own counsel. It talks about forgiveness by being humble and telling you that life is about living, believing, and staying true to you with love. And I have this quote for you. It says, what was not done will have equal bearing to what was done. And what I get from that is just telling me that if you don't do it, that's your choice. If you do it, that's also your choice. Which one do you think will bear the fruits of what you truly want out of life? Doing what you want to do or making a choice to do what you don't, what, or making a choice to do nothing? So that's something to think about. It's also telling you to don't overthink life. Not all is bad. Things are happening for you. And you have to realize that. The other card I pulled for you is also the other card that I pulled for you is also the I am accepting card. And what that tells me is that you have to be more accepting with life. Accept the things that you can't change and realize that when the sun goes down, the moon comes up. And when the moon goes down, the sun comes up. You just have to accept that. So there's a lot of things in your life that you have to just accept. And there's a lot of things in life that you can't change. And there's a lot of things in life that you can change. And you have to realize which one of those ends of the stick that you can change. And the ones that you can't, just let it go. Let go of the fear, let go of the control, let go of wanting things to be like this way, wanting things to be that way. So, now let's get to your reading. So, with you, I initially pulled 5 cards for each groups, but a few extra cards came with your group. So, I'm guessing there's a lot of things that need to be said. So, let's get started and say where you're currently at. So, what I get from this card is that there may be recent success that recently happened and you're going through it, but you may not be seeing it as success. You may be seeing it in another type of form because it's not what truly makes you happy. Wow. And I feel that strongly. That you could achieve so much success and still feel nothing because it may not be what your heart is desiring and what your heart really wants. But anywho, enjoy the success that's in your life. Don't put your feet up because this card is telling me that you don't need to put your feet up and um, be and lose momentum. Yeah, that's the word I want to use. You don't want to lose the momentum. You are at a good standing point. Yes, there may be things that you want to improve, which is normal, but also just be grateful for where you're at and be grateful for where you're going, and also know that this is a great time, even though it may not seem that way. So just keep up the momentum and keep on going. Um, because yes, you need to keep going on, but you also have to meditate because there is a disconnect from your heart in a sense, because you have not been listening to your intuition. When your intuition has been calling you and telling you clear as day, but you haven't been truly listening to it. So this card is suggesting that you meditate and really start to connect with your heart center and realize what you truly want out of life. Because yes, the success in your life and that you're experiencing is it's not fully capturing your full attention. Yes, it may be um, great things happening, but you're currently in a fog right now. So this card is definitely telling you to meditate, definitely to um, take time with yourself, take time throughout the day to get to know yourself and really start sitting with yourself so you can start listening to your intuition because you have a heightened sense of intuition right now and it's time to listen to it and not be scared of it, and know that your intuition is not going to steer you wrong. It's actually trying to guide you to where you want to be. Because when I look at your other cards of your advice to how to let light into your life, you're currently fighting for the wrong things. And I'm not saying that to tell you to revamp your whole life. If you feel like you're having a great life and a great experience, child, have a great life. But it's when I get this card, it's saying that in a sense you're fighting for something that you're not fully, that doesn't fully make you feel alive, that makes you feel like, oh, yes. It doesn't make you feel like that. And that's why you haven't been feeling the success, the multiple success around you, because you haven't been fighting for the right thing. And you have a great amount of abundance in your life, and you are more than enough, and you know that because you probably accomplished a lot of great things. And if you're saying no, that's not me, then you need to check in with yourself and start counting a lot of things that other people may say to you, like, wow, I wish I could do this, I wish I could do that, and start seeing what others see in you, and start seeing it for yourself, and start fighting for what you truly want, and start accepting the things that you can't change, and start realizing that some things you can change, and that you can change it, and it can become even better by you just following your intuition, and connecting with your heart space, and realizing the abundance around you. Because when I get this 8 of Wands card, it's just telling me that you have a lot just going on, and you're fighting, but it's just a lot, and it wants you to really just relax. Relax. And know that you're not being steered in the wrong direction, because you have a lot of options. You have a lot of options. I see you have a lot of options, and that's a great thing. Soon you will have to make a choice about your options, but that's in the future. We're not talking about that. We're talking about how to let the light into your life so you can live your best life. And to live your best life, you have to let go the scaredness and the fear and the judgment. You have to let go of that, and you have to let go all the things that you know you shouldn't be fighting for, because you have all these things going on, and you want so many things to happen, but it's a lot of blocked energy simply because you're not taking time out with yourself to help you understand what you truly want. But I do see you coming into this time of having all these options and moving to a better place, whether that's physically, spiritually, and coming to this place of just growing with love and whatever you decide to do. And hopefully, it's one of those things of really making you feel alive and making you feel great, because I see that there is greatness here, but you may not be seeing it. So I do see that soon you will be coming into this space of just feeling this love and feeling this optimism when it comes to growing with love. And that means with anything that you want at this moment in time. You just have to grow with love, and that you're moving to this place. You're really moving to this place, and you just have to just become one with yourself, because you just have a lot of options just going everywhere, and it's not allowing you to fully manifest what your heart desires, because you are not listening to your heart's desire. You're busy doing a lot of busy work when it's time to realize you have enough. You have a lot of options and you can get what you want. And you can really live your best life if you listen to yourself. So that's all the time that I have. If you would like more information, check me out in the description. Hit me up, leave a comment. You never know. Let me know your thoughts, and I hope that you have a great day. See ya. Hey, Pile 3. So, for those of you who chose this beautiful Earthstone for Pile 3, what I'm currently seeing in your life is that you have to do some shadow work because you're not seeing your life clearly. I see that you have an over attachment to like money and an over attachment to the details of getting money. One of the two. I see that you want to create wealth, or maybe you have some wealth in your life, but I see that you have an over attachment to it, and that your mind is really when they say monkey mind, when it's having a lot of different chatter in your brain. So I would definitely just say chill out. Chill out because you're not seeing clearly. You have to add more love into your life and realize that um, when you're making a decision, are you making it with your head? Are you making it with your heart? Sometimes, not sometimes, but a lot of times it's great to make decisions with both. But sometimes we don't. So are you making decisions out of impulse right now? Because I see that you're just not seeing something clearly in your life, and it may be due to the mind chatter that is constantly annoying in your head. Oh my gosh, I know that can be annoying. I know it can. And when this card shows up, it's just telling me that that's something that you're experiencing, is that just that mind chatter of just I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do this, I got to do that. When you just have to chill and realize a lot of the greatness that's already in your life. Because I see that you're going through this journey, and this journey is definitely scaring you. It is. It's scaring you because you are uncertain of where it's going to go and uncertain to how it's going to turn out. And you just don't know where this road is going to take you. And you just have to have confidence in yourself, and a lot of the times that can be easier said than done. But with this card, I would definitely say you have to find it in something or somewhere, because you're not feeling good enough. When I get this card in reverse, it's just telling me that you're making excuses for something, and you want to get to this great wealthy place, but you're not feeling good enough. You feel like a fraud, and you feel like you just have to keep it on. Like, for instance, where you could, this is just an example, where you could just go to school continuously just to say, hey, I got this degree, but you haven't really put yourself out there in the real world to to put your degree into motion. It could just be one of those things, and that's just an example where it's just you're feeling you're doing all this other stuff instead of just pursuing a project. And it may be because of the mind chatter, or you may not just be seeing something clearly, where you have to make a decision that involves both your head and your heart. And it's funny that I say that, and this card was on the table, and I wasn't even peeping it. But look, it's the head and the heart. This is all about you balancing that out and realizing that with your decisions, you have to make sure that you consider and weigh out your options to make sure that you're benefiting both your mind and your heart, because you have this strong mind and you may be forcefully using it, where there's this balance happening and I see it happening, and you know that it has to happen and you feel it, and this self hating talk that you may have with yourself. And that's where this comes into play. Now it's starting to come together. With these two cards, you're having horrible self talks to yourself. You have to add more love into your life and stop talking to yourself so badly. You're talking to yourself and you have this such a powerful, strong mind, and you're using it in the wrong way by not feeling good enough, by not having faith in where you're going, because you're scared to just step forward and continue on this path with your head held high. You're scared, and your life is trying to balance you out. It is, and it's going to, because for you to have such a strong mind, you're not using it in the right way, all because you're not feeling that you deserve the greatness of life that it has to offer. And you need to realize that and make this decision in your life, because I see there is going to be a decision soon and you can't be scared of it, because I see that you are scared of it, but you can't be scared of it. And you have to realize that with your decisions from now on, you have to use your head and your heart to make a clear decision and stop using that horrible self talk that you've been doing with yourself, and realize that your mind doesn't control you. You control your mind. Don't allow your mind to do a downward spiral of negativity. Add more love into your life and don't allow that devil mindset, and yes, devil mindset, to take you to the negative place of self hate. Realize that you got to do some shadow work and you cannot be scared of it, because you have been doing some shadow work, but you've been looking at it and scared. And you have to embrace it and go through it and understand it to help you become better, because your life is balancing out. You cannot continue with the negative self talk and being scared of making decisions. Make the decision and use your head and your heart, and start to realize that you have to feel good about yourself. Don't allow yourself to continue to feel like you're not good enough. Don't let that devil mind trick you to continue that negative talk. So, for the three cards that I pulled for your group, the first one is I affirm that all life is sacred. So, from this card, it's all it's saying is that You have to realize that your life is sacred and that you have to focus on you and that no one else grass is greener than yours. Yes, certain people may have this and certain people may have that, but you have certain things that they don't have either. And you have to start being grateful and realizing the beauty that's in your life. The next card I pulled for you is this one. I advance through my own abilities. And this is just self explanatory. I don't even want to go into the whole what it means because from what it's saying right here, I advance through my own abilities. It's just saying, and I'm relating it to the card that came before it, is that you have to focus on your life, focus on your abilities, allow your abilities to come out, allow yourself to receive the wealth that you want to receive. I see that you want to receive a great amount of wealth, but you have to start by focusing in on your life, focusing in on the shadow work that you have to do so you can spread more love into your life and go through this journey of not being scared, but by just having faith and lifting yourself up, being emotionally supportive to yourself, not by this negative self talk and fearing to make a decision, but just this positive self talk and making decisions using your head and your heart and to realize that your abilities are a gift. To look at your desires and realize what feeds your soul because clearly you want to get to this place of financial greatness. And the way to get there is through unlocking and discovering who you truly are. Because your mind is powerful, but the power has to come from loving yourself, not negative talk. Bye. To first say, why are you so serious, baby? um, this card is all about, well, it says, I invoke laughter. That's the title of this card. So why are you so serious? Hmm? Stop being so damn serious. And that's for real. Because I see with your cards, you're going through a tough time and it's time to just smile and relax. And yeah, you're probably looking at me like, shoo shoo. But I'm serious. You're going through a tough time and you really have to take control of your emotions and let loose, have fun. Make sure that you laugh today. If not, um, make your fake laugh because I seriously see from your spread that you, my friend, laugh. Just laugh. It doesn't cost anything. But let's get into your cards to show you how to bring the light into your life. So, instantly, what I'm picking up from your cards is that you are finally starting to see what's been weighing you down and how you've been suppressing yourself. You sit in the darkness of who you are, and you're starting to realize all the different personalities and all the treasures that is really inside you and all the things that you have suppressed, all to be so serious in this life and to put on a mask. Because I feel like you put on a mask. Not saying that you haven't been your true self, but you haven't been your true self. All because of you taking life so serious. It's time to laugh. It's time to enjoy. It's time to invoke laughter. So, with that being said, with these other cards, I see that you've been neglecting yourself and you haven't been your best friend. Your mind has really got you stuck on success. You've been so focused on on success and money that you've been neglecting yourself. And prior to your success, you have suppressed yourself and you put on this mask and you've been walking around life like all is good. And maybe it is all good, but internally, you haven't been emotionally connected to yourself. But now you're starting to see because you are at this new emotional standpoint and you're starting to see things in a new light, realizing your emotions and understanding your emotions and coming to one with your emotions and being right there with your emotions and not running from it because you're starting to unlock certain things within you. And the things within you is that gold that just been sitting on. That gold right there is what you've been sitting on that's been deep within you, but you haven't really reached it because of that mask you've been wearing of taking life so serious. Sometimes life can get you down. Sometimes life can get you to look at it in a serious way. But with this reading to bring light into your life, you cannot take it serious. It's time to enjoy life. It's time to connect with yourself and connect with others. Yes, you love success. Who doesn't love success? But you cannot neglect yourself and neglect others. You didn't get to this new emotional standpoint for no reason. You have been looking at yourself and doing shadow work within yourself, and shadow work is all about unlocking things that you have been hiding from the world to come out to the surface. So who are you when no one's watching? That's all what shadow work is realizing why you hid certain traits of yourself, why you've been walking around with the same mask for years. You didn't come to this new emotional standpoint for no reason. It's time to unlock your gold and have fun with it. Because I see when I pulled your other cards, I see from this standpoint that you have this mind chatter of being so focused that it's not actually completing the goal. Your focus has been jaded in a sense. Yes, you have accomplished a lot of things, but that mind chatter has got you, let's just say, into some things. But moving on, it's it's next to the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and it's just telling me that you've been presented with opportunities and you haven't had the faith in yourself because your head and your heart is out of balance, and your emotional standpoint, you haven't found out. There we go. You haven't found out how to calm yourself, how to soothe yourself, how to let go of that anxiety, how to let go of that mind chatter of negative thinking that only serious people think about. When you're so serious with life, life will bring you serious things. And that's one thing that I had to learn is that you don't have to be so serious. It's a lot of things that's working out in your favor, and you don't have to be so hungry for this and hungry for that. Just realize your control, realize your power, realize the blessings that are in your life, and have faith that, yeah, it may not be perfect, but have faith that that seed will grow, and to know that you control your emotions. Your head doesn't have to be a monkey brain and have all this negative chatter, and your heart doesn't have to be locked away where you're not showing yourself, because of learning how to listen to your intuition and learning how to go and be directed by your intuition so you can live your best life from this new emotional standpoint of not wearing that mask that you've been wearing. By you taking care of yourself and not neglecting yourself and neglecting your friendships, you have to learn how to control that anxiety, that seriousness, because it can really deplete you of energy. You have to have faith in your abilities, and stop doubting yourself and listen to your intuition, because by you taking life so serious, it's like you're like this Prince of Cup in reverse, where you're at this high, you're feeling real good one day, and then the next day you're like so low, where you're at this low vibration where it's like, don't talk to me, don't look at me. If you look at me, I'm gonna cut you. And you don't want to be like that, baby. You know you don't want to be like that. You know you don't. So you have to get the strength to learn that all your thoughts aren't you. Take control of your thoughts. When you start to think negative, stop yourself. Don't pick up on that momentum of thinking negative. And when your emotions is all out of whack, sit with yourself. Don't neglect yourself all because of money. And that's what you need to unlock is yourself. Not get overwhelmed by your mind. Don't get overwhelmed by the negative talk of you not feeling good enough. Don't get overwhelmed of your emotional standpoint of you feeling high one day, feeling so great, and then feeling low the next day because you're not where you want to be in life. Follow your intuition and trust your abilities. Don't doubt yourself. If you are group number 5 and you pick this earth stone, then this message here is for you. And this message clearly is a very powerful message. I'll just start by saying that. Um, no wonder it was last. No wonder. Okay. So, where you're currently at, I see that you went through something and it wiped you clean, baby. Baby, I'm feeling like it was definitely a struggle. It was something that just was overwhelming. But the good thing about that is, yes, it was overwhelming, and but yes, it also wiped away the entities, the negative things that no longer served you. There we go. It wiped away all those things, and that's something to be proud of because I see you. I see you. And you were at a place where you were so overwhelmed and you were so disappointed with life and life came in and changed it all for you. You wanted to change, and life came in and did the change, and it wasn't a pleasant change because change isn't always pleasant, but it allowed you to get to this new foundation and realize the foundation where you want to be at. And you just have to come to that realization because you're at this point of having this new foundation, but with that foundation, you're still focused, not focused, but you still are having thoughts of what was when you need to realize what's now and build on the foundation of what's now, because the foundation of what's now is what is truly, authentically you and where you want to go. And you just have to have faith that, yeah, you may seem like you at level one because everything got wiped down and wiped cleared, and things got knocked down, and you may feel like you are at step one again, but you're not. You're at a spiritual level that has been heightened. Yeah, a lot of things may have crumbled in the material, but that's only to prepare you to what's coming. And isn't that a great feeling? Oh, that's such a great feeling. Baby, I impress myself sometimes because I see that you have the strength of taking control of your emotions, taking control of your mind, and really implementing what needs to be implemented once you let go of what has happened and realize that you are at this point and that you are protected and that you are in the arms of love, and you just have to evolve. I see that you're going to have to go through another moment, and you're at this moment right now. You're at this moment right now where it's not a tower moment. It's not as crazy as it once was, but you know that there's a few more things that got to get wiped out, because I believe that it wasn't all completely wiped out. Because if it all would have been completely wiped out when all that ruckus and chaos was happening, you would have been like going crazy. So now it's you have one more task. And with that task, you have to use your strength, you have to use your intellect, you have to use your heart, you have to use your emotions, you have to use your mind, you have to use the foundation that you're standing on right now. Because this new chapter is going to be a new you if you allow it. Let's take a look at your cards. Hey, group five. So, what I'm seeing from you guys, just to get it all in frame so you can see what I'm working with. So, what I'm saying is that for this new foundation, you have to realize you have masculine and feminine qualities and just own it. You cannot continue to be on shaky foundations with yourself and not allowing yourself to be one. Marry all the different aspects in you to become that one. Because if you continue to have shaky structures within yourself, you're just going to have shaky, shaggy, shit bowl of whatever. And that's just me. But to be honest, you just have to marry those aspects within you and not be scared of it. You have to realize you have masculine and feminine traits, and you have to move forward in a particular way that benefits you. Because I see that with these two cards together, they both popped out at the same time, that you're trying to jump into this new start of whatever. And it could be just putting yourself out there into this world of your ideas and your creations and et cetera, et cetera. You may be wanting to jump so quickly into that And yeah, you do have luck on your side, don't get me wrong, but also you're neglecting yourself and you're not putting yourself first, and your mind is racing, and you have all this anxiety, and you cannot neglect yourself any longer, because yes, do what you want to do because it's time. Do what you want to do on the new foundation that you're at. Do what you want to do with the strength that you have. But you have to evolve and get to this next chapter. And I believe with that next chapter is all about you becoming one with yourself. Not being, oh, this way when you're around this person and this way when you're around that person. But no, just being who you are 100%, being authentic to you. That's the thing with a lot of people. A lot of people think, oh, just because I'm male, I have to be fully masculine, or just because I'm female, I have to be fully feminine. When it's like, no, we all have both qualities. And I'm glad that that's coming out, and a lot of people are understanding that now. But it's just one of those things that you're just wanting to jump out and create, which is a good thing. You do have luck on your side, but at the same time, you cannot neglect yourself, and you cannot be so just caught up trying to do all this busy work, where this busy work of just fighting for success, and you're not communicating with yourself. You're not listening to yourself. You're not, oh, you just have to become one with yourself. That's it. Yes, I know you want to jumpstart into something, and I'm not telling you don't. I'm not telling you don't do it. I'm not telling you, because it's your choice. I believe you'll make the right choice. But with that choice and whatever you make, just make sure that you bring all parts of you, the masculine and the feminine part. And I don't know why I keep saying that. I guess it's meant for you to hear it as many times as I keep saying it. The masculine and the feminine parts of you, and stop neglecting yourself. Stop doing all this busy work for money, or all this busy work of trying to prove to yourself and prove to other people, when the only person you have to prove to yourself is you. You be in competition with you. When you put yourself out there, you be in competition with you. You look at your grass. You focus on your grass. Because if you allow yourself to put yourself out there so quickly without doing the work of evolving and looking at your foundation, you're going to put yourself out there, and you're going to create negativity by look at what other people are doing, and you compare yourself, or you get angry at others for whatever reason. Your emotions can trick you. And that's what we don't want to happen. You don't want to neglect yourself. You want to be one with yourself and meditate. And if you don't know how to meditate, just take a walk. It doesn't have to be this complicated thing. Just take a walk and realize what thoughts that you're having, because the time is coming. You didn't get to this new place on this new foundation for nothing. And you're still thinking about that horrible experience of what happened and how many changes you had to go through. And you may be scared of making changes, but I feel like it's one more change that needs to happen. And that change has to be you evolving, and you putting yourself first, loving you, and not neglecting yourself any longer. Right. So I pulled three more cards for you guys from my Amenti Oracle deck, and these three cards couldn't fit better with your reading. Like, seriously. So the first card that I pulled is I Am Forgiving. This can be self explanatory, but to go into a little more detail, it's all about forgiving yourself, forgiving others, allowing yourself, allowing your heart chakra space to be light as a feather and to remember that there are going to be times in life that reflects to us our inner turmoil. And it's not always fun looking at others present to us what is hidden and dark within us. And at times, that's where our anger can come from. We can get so mad at other people for whatever, and then come to find out we were only mad at them because they mirrored something inside of us that we don't like. So this card is all about just forgiving others and forgiving yourself, allowing your heart to be light as a feather and to not take it so serious, but to embrace it all. I embrace the all, which is all about understanding that this moment shall pass and it's just a chapter in your life, and that you don't have to get so caught up on trying to make it perfect. It's okay. It's really one of those things that life embraces you, and you just have to embrace life by letting go, allowing yourself to be. And the last card is I respect the property of others. And with this one, I would like to just read a quote from the book. As the inner spirit reflects to the outer world, we reap what we sow. So every action, inaction, good deed, or use of poor judgment will find us in time. Maintain a balanced heart and a mature mind. And with that being said, I hope that this reading found you in a great place. I hope this reading resonated with you. I hope this reading woke you up to how to let light into your life. I really hope that you're having a great day. I hope that you come and see me sometimes. And if this reading resonated with you, check me out in the description. Check me out for new videos. Check me out for more videos. I'm here. My name is Poon,